Hi everyone, it's Krista back with Georgia Soap Creations. I know it's been a while since I've made a video and posted it on YouTube, and since I was working on Valentine Day soaps, I decided that I was going to go ahead and take a video of this one. Today we are making, it's a Victoria's Secret fragrance dupe of Love Spell. I'm going to do this with a white base, and I'm going to have pink and red accents in a drop swirl. And then on top, I have pink and red heart embeds I've made that are going to go on the top, just so that the hearts represent the love in Love Spell. Now, in this big container here, I have my hard oils and butters, and I've also already blended in my lye water solution. So I'm just getting those melted down. Doing it this way is called the heat transfer method, and what that means is it transfers the heat from the lye solution to the oils and butters to melt them down. Hard oils being like cocoa butter, coconut oil, shea butter, and lard. My soaps are all old-fashioned homemade lard-based soaps. I just find that I like using the lard instead of palm oil, which a lot of soapers do. And if they choose to do that, you know, I have nothing against them for that. It's just with the sustainability issues with the palm oil, I choose not to use the palm. Plus, I've tried palm oil, and palm oil, for my skin, is drying. Where the lard is extremely moisturizing. And I know a lot of vegans will turn their nose up at a lard-based soap, and that's okay. But I look at it this way. I don't eat bacon. The only pork product I really do eat is sausage. I'm not a big fan of pork products. But my view on it is, if the pig is going to be killed for food anyway, why not just use the lard in soap and get the best out of it instead of it just going to a landfill somewhere? Alright, now that those are blended in, I'm going to add in my liquid oils, which they look a little murky in color. That's because of the kale and clay that I have added in. So I'm going to go ahead and get these all in, and we'll get making soap. Scrape all of that out of this bowl. I want every bit of that oil and the kale and clay into the soap, not sticking to the sides of the bowl. And I'm also going to add in a few minutes, once I get this emulsified, my coconut milk. Today I'm choosing, a lot of times I will use powdered milk products just because they blend in easily. They're easier to store. Today I am using liquid coconut milk. So we'll get that blended in a few. Alright, now those oils and lye are all blended to what we call emulsification, which means that you do not see the oils separating out. So we're going to go ahead and add in the coconut milk. And when I purchase the coconut milk, I purchase organic coconut milk. I try to keep my products as natural as I possibly can with minimal, I mean, there are some chemicals that you do have to put in it. Like the lye is a chemical, but when the soap is finished, the lye, there's no lye left in the soap, so that chemical nature is gone. grab this cup and bring it back over. I'm going to sit my stick blender into it so that I don't get oil everywhere. I'm going to separate out from my colors. I got 3 little containers here, and I'm going to measure these out for accuracy because one of the colors I'm using, the amount of color that you use is based on the amount of product that you use. So we're going to measure these out. This first one, I'm going to sit aside. It will actually be the first color that we blend up. That's going to be for a white top that I'm going to put on the soap before I put in the embeds. And this one, we're going to measure out for pink. And then this one for a red accent. And then what remains in the big container is going to remain white for the base of the soap. Let me get my scale out of the way. And let's bring the little one in because this one is going to need to sit around and thicken up so that I can either spoon it on the top or put it on with a piping bag. I'm not sure yet which I'm going to use. So let's add in my titanium dioxide. And we're going to give this a good blend and try to get it to thicken up before I set it aside. Air bubbles out. Add in just a touch more white. Excuse me 1 second while I grab a drink of my soda. This will take a few minutes to get to thicken up, so I apologize for the noise of the stick blender. A lot of soap makers will say that they have issues, not really issues, but when they use the titanium dioxide for the white, that it will thicken their soap bases up, so they have to watch just how much they stick blend it. For whatever reason, I don't find that to be the case with mine, and I actually have to stick blend them for a good while to get it thickened. Alright, now I've got that going, so let me add just a touch of the fragrance oil in here. There we go. We'll get that blended and go from there. Oh, Love Spell. I just love it. It's one of my favorite Victoria's Secret fragrance is Pure Seduction. But Love Spell is a close second for me. Alright, so we're going to set this one aside and let it thicken up while we get the rest of the soap colors mixed up and get the soap made. Just get all of this batter scraped down in here before I start blending, so that way All of the batter is white. Give this a scrape down real quick. All right. Now, white in here. Clean up this edge so that I do not get that batter on my skin. There we go. Air bubbles out. Add just a little bit more white to brighten that more. Oops. Scrape off my stick blender. Going to bring in this one for the pink. Just set that aside for a minute. Let me get this container all scraped and give it a quick hand stir. All right, I'm going to set this one over here to the side. Bring this in. Now, the fragrance, I haven't added it yet. I'm going to add it after the colors are blended out, because if the fragrance does thicken the soap, or as we say, accelerate trace, I want to hand stir it in after I get the colors mixed up, because some of the colors I'm using do take a fair amount of blending to get incorporated right. So, and I just spilled half my pink colorant. So if need be, let me clean that up real quick. If need be, I've pre-mixed my colors, specifically for the red, because I find it helps blend it into the soap better if it's pre-mixed. Now with spilling part of that pink, if I don't have enough, then I will just add in a little bit of dry to it till I get it to the color that I want it. So let's start with this amount and see what we get from there. Again, air bubbles out. This color is called bubblegum pink. What I think I might do is just a little bit of white into this to make it a lighter pink. There we go. That's exactly the shade of pink I was going for. It'll be a slight contrast to the pink hearts that will go on top of the soap, but that is what I was looking for. Alright, set this one into the red container. Get this one scraped. And slide it back out of the way and clean up my spills. Anyone that's watched me make soap before, it's pretty impossible not to dribble your colors. Alright. Now this is going to look like I'm adding a lot of colorant to it, but it is a necessary amount to get it to the red that I am looking for. As you can see, Nice bright red. That pink will contrast perfect against it. Let's see, I have a little left. I may end up dribbling those onto the top of the soap. I'm not sure yet about that. So while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and add my fragrances. And the majority of that into the big batch. I'll scrape all of that out before I put this spatula into the red. And the reason I've not taken the stick blender out yet is because I'm not sure if this will need to be stick blended, if it will rice. If it rices, it will need to be stick blended to get that out. So that's why I'm hand stirring this pink first. It doesn't seem to be thickening it, which is good. How's the white back here coming? Still rather thin. So when it comes time to do the top, I may have to pause the video and come back. Hang on one second. That's a phone call that I don't need to answer, so they can leave me a voicemail. Alright, so it seems to be working very nicely. I've not made soap with this in a long while, so I could not remember how the fragrance acted. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and scrape off my stick blender and rinse it off. Just in case I decide I want to stick blend the white for the top a little bit more to see if I can help that along. Put this back and give it a rinse. Stay there, and if I need it, then I'll finish wiping it off. This just smells so amazing. If I sound a little bit stuffy or hoarse, I apologize for that. I've been fighting being sick for the past 4 or 5 days now. For a couple days, I was so sick I could not even talk. So I'm hoping to be on the mend now. Alright, let's get this one all blended, and then we can start pouring the soap. Bring this over here to the side so I can take my spatulas out and set them out of the way of where I'm going to bring my mold in. So go ahead and scrape this all into here. Set that one aside. 1 second to move my scale. Set you aside for the moment. These littler spatulas are a lot easier to scrape off. There's the pink and then that beautiful red color. Now I will let you know that the red colorant, it will produce red bubbles in the soap. It may even, if you use a wash rag with it, may look red on your washcloth, but it does not stain. This is my go-to red colorant specifically for that reason. I love it that I can get a true red with it, but that it does not stain, but at the same time produces fun looking pink to your bath. Alright, let's see. Give this a little bit more. Okay. video. I'm going to start by pouring a layer of the white. And I got dish towel fuzzies in my mold. Okay. I'm going to pour the white and get a decent little base of that going. And I want to try to keep these colors distinctive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in the pink. I want to try to keep it so that the pink and the red don't blend together too much. So I'm going to alternate pink, white, red, white. And we'll see how that turns out in the finished product. Go in with the red. They may blend a little bit together, so I may end up with 3 shades, you know, the red, the pink, and then a little bit deeper of a pink if they do blend, but that will be okay too. Back in with the pink. And the red. I'm going to give it a tap to get the air bubbles out. Now I'm going to take my spatula and I'm going to layer on a thin layer, or ladle on, I should say, a thin layer of white. Even though I'm going to pipe the top white or spoon drop it, I'm not sure yet which. I want to try to keep a pretty solid white so that the embeds stand out, although I may go ahead and put some red and pink on this before I pipe it. Yeah, I think I'll do that and then give a little swirl to the top, because I do have a good amount of pink and red left. But what I do have extra will go into another mold, just that I will end up using for sample bars. So if that happens, it's not going to be an issue for me. Alright, I'm just going to bounce gently to get the white into all the corners. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have enough to pour a small batch for samples, so that will work out great. So let's do it this way. Go ahead and put some pink on the top. And then we'll do the same with the red. That edge, and we're going to grab a skewer, and first things I'm going to scrape this edge. Okay, now I'm just going to go in here and create a cute little design. Yes, you will not see this because the piping will cover it, but I like to do it anyway, because while it's sitting here waiting for that piping to thicken up, I have a cute little top to look at. Give it a tap down, make sure all them air bubbles are out. Clean up these edges a little bit. Alright, what I'm going to do now, because as you can see, this is nowhere near the consistency for piping. So I'm going to go ahead and pause you here. And as soon as that is thick enough that we can pipe, I will bring you right back. Alright, I am back, and I am so sorry that you did not get to see me put the top on this soap. I had pressed record, and obviously it did not record. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get the top finished off. So what I'm going to do is got two different embeds, so I'm just getting those ready off to the side. I'm going to put the mica drizzle on top first and hope that it looks okay. And it's not going to be in any specific pattern or anything. Just for a little bit of color to the white, even though it will have the embeds on it as well. Just for something different than my normal plain topped soaps. I added some glitter into the mica drizzles. I'm not sure if you can see that coming across, but if you don't, you will see it in the end results. So now this is the one style heart I have. That's the red, and then the pink ones look like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get those placed now. I'm going to put them in at angles. Whoops. And that one's decided it's laying down on the job. I'll try to get him to stand up here. A little skewer always works wonders when you're trying to get your embeds properly placed. Let's see, let's get all the red ones in first, and then I'll come back and put the pink ones in. Oops, let's get you in the right place so I don't cut you when I cut my bars of soap tomorrow. And if you see the lines on the top of my molds, that is just to help me when I am placing embeds so that I can try to make sure that I get them to where they won't be cut when I cut my soaps. Sometimes it doesn't work out as planned, but I'm still working on that. I just thought that the hearts would add a nice little touch to it because of the name being Love Spell, and hearts are associated with love. Let's get these last few red ones in. Like I said, the top's not exactly what I was going for, but I do think it'll be okay. And something different than what I normally do. Let's see. move this one just a bit. And same with this one. Alright. I'll go ahead and finish off with the pinks. A skewer comes in so handy for making and helping with placement if you don't get it set just right the first time around. I used to worry about my embed placements, and then I got myself to the point where, you know, it's a handmade item. It is what it is. How it turns out is how it turns out, and I've learned to just be happy with that. Alright, and it looks like I'm going to be short one pink heart, of course. So this end bar is going to get 2 red hearts. Alright, now come back in and give it some shimmery glitter just to make it sparkle like your love does on Valentine's Day. And I'm actually going to use 2 types of glitter. There's that one. It is called Pearl Glitter. And then I'm going to use my Snowflake Sparkle Glitter. And I'm going to give the top a spritz with rubbing alcohol just to set that glitter in place. And here you have it. This is Love Spell. I will bring you back for the cutting. That will be some point tomorrow. I usually try to wait anywhere from 18 to 24 hours, just depending on how the soap sets up. So once I go to cut it, then I will bring you back and we'll cut it on camera together and go from there. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow for the cutting. Hello, I'm back today to cut our Love Spell soap that we made last night. So let's go ahead and get started. Push this slow and easy down through here. The soap is still a little on the soft side, but still cuttable. Let's set this piece aside. Let's go see how it turned out. Very pretty. The little heart embeds on top, I think turned out very cute in it. Nice defined colors in the drop swirl, which is what I was going for. As they cure, the colors will brighten up a bit. That pink will get a little bit more defined. If not, then it's quite alright the way it is. Now these extras hanging on the edges, some I'll be able to trim, some I won't be able to because of the placement of the heart embeds. But if I can't trim them, then that's okay. That's just extra soap for you to enjoy. Well, get it in camera, it might help. That one's got a very pretty design in it. This Love Spell soap is going to be offered, I think I said on the making video, that it's going to be offered in a set with, it'll be the soap, a small lotion in Love Spell, and Love Spell bath bombs. These will be available for sale starting February 1st. They are available for pre-order. If you would want to pre-order to ensure that you get a set, you can just message me on my Facebook page. It's Georgia Soap Creations on Facebook. So you can message me there and let me know that you want to pre-order this. And I will get you put onto the list for pre-orders. Let's get this one situated. Oh, that's good right there. So let's go ahead and get it cut. The sets are going to be $20 a piece, but like I said, you will get a soap, a heart-shaped bath bomb, and a small lotion, all in the Love Spell fragrance. Alright, and last piece. That has really got a lot of red in it, and I just love the way that the top turned out with the two little hearts. I think it's very cute. Alright, so that is it for the Love Spell soap. I will get these videos spliced together and get them posted on YouTube and probably on my Facebook page as well. Anyway, go ahead and just one final look. I think they turned out very cute for the Valentine season. So if you want to order them, message me on Facebook, and I'm guaranteeing delivery for Valentine's Day if you order and pay by February 7th. That way I can get your product in the mail by the 8th, 9th at the latest to ensure it will reach your destination by Valentine's Day. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.